o'clock local time. It's the final evening start of the tournament, with Scotland and Ireland having to get game number 4. Andrew Leonard here alongside Vinny Sandu. Vinny's sprinted back from that toss he oversaw earlier. Vinny
will have one down to the long on, who's back as one of the two outfielders. Very tight first over.
Phone after.
Pretty much right on target first up.
Get over to the KN Stickles.
This one's well knocked down in the infield, and this tight start continues from the Dutch. I think it's going back. I'm trying to think as well. And hit coming up and a chance for Scotland to get going, and that's exactly what Hares is going to do. Get it up and over the infield, and there's the first boundary of this T20 International.
Yeah, Vikram first 2 games.
Little inside edge this time, won't escape the keeper.
But we've had some great feedback, particularly from back in Ireland, who are Super 8.
This one's hit on the up, and this will beat the field. There's going to be the second boundary of the day. Hares kind of taking a bit of a chance, but he finds nuts. This is hit on the up as well. Springs off the bat of Hares. And this will also find the rope. So yeah, taking a couple of chances, but paying off as Scotland trying to get there from him getting another hit. Wow, that's going to be gone. What a catch that is. Clipped away by Hares and pounced in the infield, and it's Levitt that takes the catch.
Well, what a grab this is.
Levitates almost on the magic carpet there as he performs against the West Indies, for example. Genuine bouncer this time, and this one is going to be dropped. Well, it was an absolute Class A goober, really, for Levitt, who just took a hanger. This one, he had several bites at it, but he could.
Some things, they never make any sense.
Fine. Tight start from him. It's the genuine bouncer top edge. That's going to fly. And 4 runs to Muncie. He'll take the boundary, but it's not particularly convincing.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate here for Muncie.
Gets driven to mid-off, no run there. There's Vikram, who may or may not get an over. Maybe these can...
There, given a life, can he cash in?
Pringle gets the ball for the first time, and he's swatted away out of the ground. Maximo!
Well, if there is one man you don't want to drop, it's Muncie. He can get on with it both sides of the wicket very quick.
As well. Goes after this one again. He finds the gap, and that one is going to be out of the ground as well. Maximo back to back as Muncie rolls the dice and comes up double sixes. Now Muncie wants to go again, and this one's going to disappear. So it's our first magical over of this T20 International Series. 20 have come off the first 4 balls of Pringle. Fraction short, and that one is monstered out towards the long boundary and is tapped over. Maximo for Pringle. This isn't 10 minutes of his life that he'll enjoy watching back. Don't know if he has a play on that or not, but the result is 6 runs to the Scots.
Boy,
the ball. He's still in the back of the box.
Oh!
Now gets a bit inventive and funkalicious as Tier. And he just played that one to perfection, deflected away from Scotty Edwards, and that's the end of the over. What a shot, 65 for 1. Just glanced away fine, and that's going to be 4. Just slightly erring in his line there, Baz, and he gets glanced away to the fine leg boundary.
Yeah, brilliant batting, isn't it? There's Tom de Groot, head curator and groundsman.
He's bowled him round his legs. He gets too far across and shows too much of the furniture, and Tier has to go for just the 9. For guys, not really, and this is the better tactic that far. So disappointment for Tier.
Rent.
Oh, he's nicked off Barrington for a duck, and Van Beek does it again. They say things happen in 3s. Well, he does have 3. It was always going to be above the height of the stumps. Just got a bit big on him, didn't it, Van Beek? Well, he knew straight away. Lifted up over the leg side, and that's going to find the gap, and is going to be over the top. Maximo! As Muncie monsters another Klein delivery. Just drop kicked away nicely. That's into the gap as well. And it's going to be 4. Well, by luck or design, the placement of the Scottish batters has been pretty good, hasn't it, since the field?
Oh, beautiful batting. Big pocket of space, and one thing. Just
this one, a slight change of pace, I think, in Muncie. He says, I've seen enough. I'm going to put that one out of the ground. It's Adios Pelota Maximo. In fact, that's around 140, 150, and a lot of the viewers were saying, hey. He tries a reverse, and this time he absolutely nails it. 4 runs. It's a class shot from a class player as he swings his way into the 70s.
Oh, you got to love this.
He's quicker and a bit straighter. It'll go to one of those covers and almost a chance. As Muncie scrambles back, they will get the single, he will get the strike. 109 for 3 after. Muncie misses out on this one, a shorter one outside the off stump.
Well, the short one's been the one that's troubled him today. There was a top edge.
And right on cue he pulls, but he pulls straight to the fielder. So Kingma on his home turf is the man who...
Heavy length from Kingma, played one of his favourite shots, just cramped for room a little bit, couldn't release his arms, and Van Beek, he doesn't make many mistakes. Good catch.
Early sedate start, he turns his innings around. Klein to bowl out, he gets hit straight, and he gets hit long by Leask. It's going, and it's gone. Maximo! What a straight strike from the Scottish number 6.
I'm having...
Very fine this time. There's a little something on it. Ball is going to be pulled back just in time by Barassi.
Dutch over line later. Top work, good support from Vivian Kingma, and just pings that one back.
For Klein. And he's bowled him. Had to wait, but he's fired up. Kyle Klein back in the Dutch side. And he bangs that ball into middle and leg and sends Leask packing for 9.
Plenty.
Backed away and hit over cover. But Vikram is prowling and he'll take the catch. So Cross is going to go. We have 2 fresh batters at the crease.
It was slowed up. He tried to hit it to the pocket of space, but unfortunately, good coverage from Vikram.
Others have had. Well, this has gone a long way up. It should be a catching opportunity. It's Engelbrecht, is it out there? He takes the catch. That's well judged. The wind swirled around a little.
In this Dutch setup, takes a swirly one, a good catch. What you're saying as well. We've seen it a little bit with the glimpses of the batting.
Instead, he just tries to pump it out of the ground. I think he might have found the gap nicely. It's that kind of natural cow corner angle. There's a man at deep mid wicket, a man at long on. He splits them perfectly. Part of the fun of the game. Last ball of the first innings. And it's smashed away. Is that a little momentum swing towards Scotland? It's almost out of the venue. To go with it. And Scotland for me.
On strikers and all set. For the chase, it's 159 to win. 58. Total on the board. Andrew Leonard here alongside Corey Rugg.
Ireland over the next couple of days.
This is pretty full and given. He's had a long think about it. But ultimately he's adjudicated. It was adjacent. It really looked adjacent from behind. That turning away from the batter. And Vikramjit Singh, he's none too pleased with that decision, I don't think. He go through his Group C. Chip back towards Seoul and taken. Scotland have 2 and 8 balls. I made them heavy favourites at the halfway stage. This is why Corey Rutgers. Dutch are in dire straits already at 7 for 2.
Yeah, they're in a little bit of next one. Maybe it'll be Edwards. You never know with Wesley.
Edged. Oh, there's a slip in place, but it's the strange floating slip at a second, maybe 2.5. Cross couldn't get anything on it. George Munsey. Oh, cleans him up. What a 2 deliveries. 2 of the best you'd want to see at any level. It's Brad Curry. We've just been hyping him up, and he's cleaned up Engelbrecht, the Dutch in tatters. It's the best ball. It's the ball of the series. Just
short ball to later, rides the bounce beautifully, and that's going to go for 4. Well, had his head sort of ducked at the point of contact, but watched it all the way. Gone silent here, so I'm going into the almanac now.
And that's a lovely flowing square cover drive through the cover point region. Back-to-back boundaries, bit more like it to get the Netherlands home crowd on there.
Any of these 3 teams.
Oh, now what is this done? Curry is very interested. Cross isn't at all. It's kept a bit low, isn't it? Might have just pitched outside.
Pull out a ramp or something audacious. Oh!
Instead he goes for the stand and deliver pull, and he gets a very good piece of it. Bit of a nightmare start for Gavin Main. No ball followed up by being pumped from meters, if that, over the line. A little leg cutter is dealt with very ably by Scott Edwards. It's just going to get to the rope. It's the second boundary of the over, and both of them have come off at the lower levels, probably better than anyone in the world. Just touching on, I've got the
short. Edwards dances at Watt and hits him back over his head, and that will break that boundaryless run There've been 22 balls since the last boundary, but Edwards gets 4.
A really good stroke. Good Klassen.
That looks pretty close. That one will be gone. So Deleda plays over the top of this one. Greaves strikes with his first delivery. This time the umpire's finger goes skywards as Netherlands' chances perhaps going the other way. 60 touch full. It wasn't a rank long hop. And Baz Deleda, big wicket. That competition. Well, that's pretty close as well. And that's gone. So Barassi goes without scoring. Greaves has a brace. And Netherlands stuttering through the middle over. 61 for 5.
Well, look at Richie Berrington.
To tell his story walking.
Well, Chris.
No doubt about that as Edwards drives powerfully through the covers, and that'll beat the fielder. So rear gun action from Edwards. It was perhaps a little bit fortunate to survive a really
In 2015.
Goes aerial this time, does Edwards, but he's found the fielder. So the captain goes, and Netherlands' task becomes even more steep now as Scott Edwards goes for 29. Curry breaks through.
Not sure they like each other too much on it. And Edwards is the latest to go. 3 games back to back.
Here's Pringle, who's going to hole out. It'll be no heroics today from Tim. And Watt has a wicket. Netherlands really falling fast now, 73 for 7. Another safe catch taken on the boundary, this time by Chris Soul.
Decides that go to every World Cup.
It's bowled in as Duck goes walkabout. And he plays down the wrong line. Watt's got 2. And Netherlands right down the bottom now, 87 for 8 in the 5th.
With his left arm spin. I can't remember the last time he's gone.
And partly that's because it's a weekday, partly it's because the home side's struggling. They went for a few in the first half. Comes out to bat at number 10. Wrapped on the pad. Umpire again has a good look. That one perhaps with the angle just going down the leg side.
Qualifiers.
He's chopped on. So Watt will get a 3rd wicket. He's wheeling, he's dealing, and the Netherlands are reeling. Down to number 11 now. They're 87 for 9.
Now this is a hammering. It's
as he'll go for a 2-ball globe.
when they get through the overs.
Well, this could be close. In fact, it's game, set, and match. Day loss.
I thought 120 was a winning score today. 150 plus has proved far too many. The Dutch have been dispatched with a remarkable